Hello, everybody. I want to thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join me on this informational call to find out more of what I consider is one of the most significant decisions I've made in my life because of the impact that it will have on people's lives. I share with you that we'll be talking about stem cell technology, and I'm excited that we have experts on the call who will be doing the presentation and elaborating more on the subject. Our host calls herself a serial entrepreneur. She's had a successful career in the music industry as a vocalist and CEO of her own production company for over 30 years from Chicago to California. She presently lives with her family in the Atlanta, Georgia area. She started her journey with stem cell technology over a year ago, and because of her dedication and commitment to this project, she's already introduced this revolutionary product to so many people. Please let me introduce to you Robin Alexis Clark.
Thank you, Bobbie.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Bobbie, you're amazing. Have had the pleasure of meeting Bobbie through this business, but I know that she is a team builder, and she's also a person passionate about helping, and that's all we're doing right now with this, sharing this opportunity with as many people as we can come in contact with. First, typically we start with our family and friends. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Robin Alexis Clark, and I thank Bobbie for that lustrous introduction. But I started with LifeWave, the company, a little over a year ago, and I was introduced to it by my best friend here in Atlanta, Verdita Mock, and she'll come on later and tell us a little bit more about the compensation. But anyway, Verdita Mock introduced me to the LifeWave opportunity, and I was reluctant, I mean, really, truly reluctant to look at this as a business because I wasn't interested. But she said, just try the patches. The patches sat on my dresser for at least probably 2 weeks. And she had no idea what I was doing. I was suffering with insomnia.
Oh.
So Robin, your mic is frozen or something. I don't know. Her internet is frozen.
Mm-hmm.
You can mute yourself, Bobbie.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Robin, is something wrong with your internet? We're not hearing you, Robin. Okay. Robin looks like she checked out and is coming back in because she must have been having some technical difficulties, but she should be back on momentarily. Apologize for the inconvenience. I don't know, maybe it could be something wrong on her end. I tell you what, we're gonna keep it moving because I don't know what's going on with Robin's internet. But I'm gonna take over. Wait a minute, there she comes back. There she is again. Let's see. Robin, let's see if she's able to speak. Are you able to speak, Robin? Robin?
Okay, I'm trying to, yeah. Was I the only one who got cut off?
Yeah, you were the only one. Your internet was going out. We didn't hear anything past the fact that you
patches.
You were suffering with insomnia.
Okay, so I was just trying to give you guys just an idea of what I was dealing with. I'm sure a lot of you out there, because we all are experiencing, if you're over 50, experiencing the signs of aging, guaranteed. So this is why this patch is phenomenal, revolutionary, remarkable. There are not enough words to describe it. And this simple little patch that you're going to hear a little bit more about later can change and help you in your health conditions. So for me, it was insomnia, it was joint pain, it was blood pressure issues. Within about 3 days, within the first week, my insomnia no longer. I'm sleeping like a baby, no more getting up to the restroom. My joint pain and my hip was gone. I could sleep on my right side and toss and turn all night if I need to. My blood pressure was the biggest improvement in my health. And I noticed that after a month of being on action, I went to my doctor. My blood pressure normally was 140 over high 80s, and now 20 over 71. So what an improvement. That for me was phenomenal. And I'm not sure what's happening with my connection, but I may lose you guys. But that for me was phenomenal. At that point, I knew that there were too many people that we needed to share this with. So my energy level is high, my focus is high, and I'm ready to share this with the world. Okay, go ahead and get set. For those of you on the call, some of you have probably heard Bobbie talk about the patch, but we just want to know, have you been patched? Have you been patched yet? And if you have not, you will be asking Bobbie, how can you get a few of those after we give you this presentation? Next slide, okay. All right, why the X39 stem cell activation patch? Why? Well, first of all, you have to understand the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you, and the slower that you heal, because this is just inevitable. We're all born with stem cells. We have the most of our stem cells when we're first born. But after the age of 30, you only have half of your stem cells are active. After the age of 60, you've lost almost all of your stem cell activity. That's why millions of people are experiencing signs of aging. So I tell you, have nothing to lose with this except your aches and your pains, and an incredible opportunity that our founder and CEO, David Schmidt, that's his pitch, he invented the X39 patch. He has over 180 patents. He is an amazing inventor. I had a chance to meet him back last summer in Tampa, and the man is very committed to specializing in reversing, not anti-aging, reversing, which is a nice thing. So in 2000, he started his stem cell research, and he focused his attention totally on that. And it took him 10 years and $4.5 million to bring this X39 patch to market. Now, one of the things that excited me the most about this it is a patented technology. And basically what that means is that we have exclusive rights to this patent, and now we've got about 17 more years left on the patent. You can pull this up, they have the US patent number, but it proves that what this patch does, it elevates our peptides, which we have in our body, that in
Okay, Robin's sound is mute, is frozen again. You guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take over the presentation because we don't want to keep having these issues. I'll just take over for now, and but as Robin was saying, this technology is patented, and everything that you see written here, it just simply means it's been proven. They had over 80 case studies, and when something is patented, it means that it has to be proven. But we are the exclusive, company that literally are supposed to market this product for the next 17 years. So that screams opportunity. Now, how does this patch work? It's very, very simple. There's something called phototherapy. Phototherapy simply means light energy. Like in your body, we're light beings. And what happens when you put this patch on, in the very center are nanocrystals. These crystals reflect off of the light of your body. You can put it anywhere on your body, but your body, the crystals reflect off of the light of your body. In turn, They elevate the copper peptides in your body, which in turn also reactivates those stem cells, those dormant stem cells. Now, we've just talked about it. It's been proven that if you can elevate the copper peptides in someone's body, you can also reactivate their stem cells. And so that is what's the amazing thing, because scientists said nobody could ever do that. Well, David Schmidt proved that. Listen, this patch is non-transdermal, so it doesn't penetrate the body at all. You don't even have to worry about it interfering with drugs or chemicals in your body or stimulants. In other words, we don't have anything in the patch, no drugs, chemicals, stimulants, but it also does not interfere with the prescriptions that you may be taking. So many people are concerned, oh, I'm already taking blood pressure medicine. Well, Robin is a perfect example. She was taking blood pressure medicine, but it didn't help for 30 years. I mean, it didn't change anything for 30 years. It wasn't until she put this patch that has nothing in it except crystals that allowed her blood pressure to get to normal. So we're not here to say that these products are intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, because it is not a drug. It's nothing in these patches except for crystals. Now, let me explain a little bit about phototherapy. When you go out into the sun, you already know that the vitamin D in your body is elevated, but there's not vitamin D deposited into your body. There's no vitamin D in the air anywhere. It's in your body already. It's elevated when you go into the sun. That's the same thing that happens when you put the patch on. It elevates the copper peptides, just like the vitamin D is elevated. The copper peptides are elevated, and now your stem cells reactivated. That's very important. Now, here's some of the benefits that many of us have experienced with this patch. The first thing, I want to, now keep in mind, there's a lot more than what we're listing here, but I'm just going to talk about a few. When we get older, as we get older, many of us have less strength. So you're going to increase the strength in your body, reduced inflammation. If there's any pain or any type of illness, disease in your body anywhere, the inflammation is going to be inflammation. So it's going to reduce that. It's going to increase stamina. The stamina in our body is very, very important. Energy and vitality, mental clarity. Me personally, I'm an interior designer. So a lot of the work that I do is very, very detailed and sometimes overwhelming because of the amount of work and the amount of details. I don't have that issue anymore. I'm very confident I'm going to be able to complete the projects I'm working on. Restored muscle or skeletal systems. Do you realize that as we get older, our bones are less dense? If we fall and something cracks, you've heard of these stories. It's a sad situation, but this is why it's so important that our muscles and skeletal conditions are restored. Improvement of sleep. Let me tell you what happened to my husband and I when we first, tried this patch. My husband was dealing with a chronic sleeping disorder. He would choke all night long, cough, all that, and snore really, really loud. I could not sleep in the same room, literally many times. But do you know that the very first night that we put this patch on, my husband did not snore. And we didn't even think it was the patch. We just said, okay, we went the next day, it happened again. That's when we realized it must be the patch. That was 18 months ago, and he has not snored since. Sometimes I pinch myself because I can't believe it. But I also was able to improve my sleep very, very deep. Beautiful dreams. This is just an amazing experience, you guys. Improved skin appearance. We've had people that have vertigo, I think it's called, where you have the discoloration in your skin. Where in 3 months, their skin was almost normal. People with really bad cases of acne, people with wrinkles going away. It is definitely helping with our skin appearance. Also, once again, we're not intending to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. These products this technology is just going to reboot your body and help it heal itself. Now, let me tell you this. We've had over 80 case studies in order to produce this patent. Now, let me tell you what happened in the first few days during that case study. Over 4,000 genes begin to reset. Now, just know let me show you how significant that is. You may have heard people say, well, if you drink red wine, it's going to make you live longer. It's going to help your heart, improve your heart. Well, do you know that resveratrol, which is an ingredient in the red wine, will only reset 2 genes at a time per glass? So 4,000 genes is pretty significant, okay? Within 6 weeks, the brain became balanced. What do we mean about your brain becoming being balanced? Do you know anybody with PTSD? That means their brain is unbalanced. What about someone with autism or dementia or Alzheimer's? Any of those things? What about depression? All of those reflect the fact that the brain is unbalanced, and the brain in those studies became balanced within 6 weeks. And these are among the people that were in the study. These are actual results. Within 3 months, your collagen is going to be increased. You know, the collagen is not just the skin, your cheeks and all that. You know how you want to get your collagen with that high-end skincare? It's not just that. It's all the bones in your body connecting together, your muscle, everything in your body is made out of collagen. And that's very important to increase it. See, that's how you can look at a person and say, oh, that lady's about 70 years old, or that lady's about 30 years old. You can look at it because the collagen is present. Within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. Now, here's another thing about reversing. Do you know that every 6 months that you wear this patch, your heart reverses 8 years? Now, I met a lady here in Atlanta. She was in her 70s. And this was about 18, this is right when I first started wearing the patch. It was about 18 months ago. And at that time, she had been wearing the patch for about 2.5 years. She said she took a test called a vascular age test. That's a test that determines the age of your heart or how your heart is operating. And her heart tested at 35 years old. And they said, well, we must be something wrong with this machine because it's saying you're 35. And she says, oh no, there's nothing wrong with that machine. I've been wearing this patch. I've been wearing this patch for 2.5 years. So if your heart reverses 8 years for every 6 months you wear the patch, that is 5 increments of 6. 5 increments of 6. So that's 8 times 5 is 40 years. 40 years off of 70. She was in her 70s and they measured her at 35. That's what we mean about your heart reversing in age. And we got plenty other examples of that as well. So this is not anti-aging, you guys. This is age reversing. Every part of your body, your lungs, your kidney, your heart, everything, your brain, everything is going to be reversed. This is amazing. If you don't get it by now, this is just as incredible. There is nothing like it out there. Here's a diagram called a topography map. And it basically shows what happened when they looked at the brain of a 77-year-old woman. And when they looked at it, she had all this inflammation in the brain. That orange area reflects inflammation. And she had lack of brain coherence. 3 weeks later, they looked at it again, and there was no more inflammation, no more redness in this diagram. And she had improved brain coherence. Then if you look at the last section, 3 more weeks later, which was a total of 6 weeks, there was a complete turnaround of her brain, better brain coherence. So this lady's brain initially was hyperactive. And by the second visit, it had calmed down. And by the third visit, it remained calm. You guys, this is incredible. This could be your brain. This could be your heart. This could be your lungs. Every part of our body is affected by this X39 patch. Now, move my screen here. Now, how do you wear this patch? It's very, very simple. You can put it anywhere. But in those case studies, they put it in these 2 locations that you see drawn on the diagram here. And that was because they needed to be consistent. They had 2 groups, group A, group B, and they measured, and they took these, the results from each group and compared them. So you can put it anywhere, though. It doesn't matter where you put it because it's systematic. It sends signals to your brain and tells your body, where do we need to reactivate stem cells? What part of your body needs to be helped? If it's your heart or your lungs or whatever. Stem cells become what you need them to become. All you do is put it on and wear it for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. I normally put mine on at 8 in the morning and take it off at about 8 p.m. at night and throw that patch away. And then the very next day, you start again with the same thing. But what's important during this whole process is that you remain hydrated. You want to drink plenty of water. because these patches are going to, it's a form of energy that needs to flow through your body. Also, your body is detoxing, getting those toxins out so that this patch can operate more efficiently. So that is very important, to drink plenty of water. Now, I could go on and on and on with all these testimonies, but because this product is so sophisticated, we're going to make it real simple for you so that you can see exactly, what this patch can do. So I'm going to ask Robin if she's able to unmute herself again. And I believe between her and there are some other people that have testimonies on there. Robin, are you able to come back on and hopefully introduce your guest testimonials?
Yes, yes, yes. All I can say is please pardon technical difficulties. Actually, the internet and everything was going on over my entire house. So I apologize. But we do have on board with us tonight. I've known he and his wife for many, many years. And he just said, "Les, I love to give my testimony." He's out of the Indiana area, and his name is Melvin Henry. Melvin, are you with us? Can you unmute yourself and show your screen and give your testimony?
I am here. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Oh, good. This is very exciting information that Verdita and Robin that they're sharing. And to make it short, about 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with kidney cancer. I had a kidney removed, and post-surgery, I was dealing with a lot of inflammation, pain caused by inflammation. And I was just dealing with it, just thinking, well, perhaps it's going to go away. But fortunately, Robin, she knew my wife, and she had called, and it was God, God sent. And she introduced her to something that she was into, and she introduced us to the X39 patch. And kind of like Robin, I think a lot of people are a little hesitant at first to say, well, what is this going to do? But Danita insisted, that's my wife, they said, let's try them. I said, yeah, let's try them. And at 3 days in, I noticed the inflammation. I was having back pain, and we're all adults here. I was having some lower groin pain. And that was really a miracle in and of itself, because I started to get some swelling and just some uneasiness and very uncomfortable down in that area. And I was like, what in the world is going on? And as I continued to use the patch, I would say about 3 or 4 days into it, the back pain resolved, and I was not having that pain. I'm like, what is going on here? You get so used to having pain. When something happens, you're like, what? But I said, this got to be these patches. And so I started using the patch in another area that I will not disclose. But and miraculously, it's a miracle. I'm telling you, everything just seemed to have readjusted in this area. And I mean, I've never felt so good or so renewed. And like Verdita was sharing, go and look at the science, really study the science behind these patches, the phototherapy. And I was really excited about the fact that you didn't have to ingest anything, you didn't have to take anything. And I went to follow up with my physician the other day, and I had my patch on. He said, "What is that?" He said, "A health patch?" I said, "Exactly." He said, "Are they expensive?" I said, "No." He said, "How much are you paying for them?" I said, "Well, they're probably about $100 some. But he said, "Oh, that's not bad." And so I think I'm gonna be onto something when I go back to see this physician. So that's something I'll just put on the sideline there. But and then today I had a physician's appointment just to follow up. And like Robin had attested to, my blood pressure was usually 150, 160. That was almost, I'm like, man, that's pretty high. And today it was like, came in at 139, which is good for me. And it has been as low as like 120. But all this is after starting these patches. And so we're not strangers here. We're not just advertisers, but we're real people who know each other. And we all are experiencing some very great things as a result of these patches. And there's so much more I could say, but I'm going to cut it for the sake of time. But I just want you to know that they're real and they do work. And so I would encourage you to, for your health, and just to feel good and just renewed, because your stem cells do die. Like Verdita said, they go dormant after a certain time. And so this patch wakes them up. It regenerates, it restores, it renews, it revives you. So I would encourage you to really get patched up. It's the real deal.
Thank you, Melvin.
You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome.
And one of the things I remember too, you said the very first time I heard your testimony, you know, your wife, Danita, didn't even know the type of pain that you were experiencing. She had no idea because you didn't want to complain to her about the pain.
Nope, that is correct.
About it. But
As
here
men,
comes
sometimes you know how we men, I
Right.
don't know, just kind of keep it to ourselves and just grind it out. But I'm
Right.
not grinding it out anymore. So
I know that's right. So I am so happy that you're getting the results and continue results that you're getting, because I'm telling you, this patch is everything, guys. You hear how Melvin expressed it, and it was life-changing. He was just dealing with constant pain, and this has given him so much relief. Can I share just one more testimony? I couldn't get my other neighbor on the call this evening because she had a business appointment, but I just recently, her last Friday, May, and she was suffering with severe joint pain. When she walked into my home, she came into my home limping, literally limping. And she said she had been like that for quite a while from a previous injury that she had sustained. Since I patched her that day, she said her strength, her endurance has increased. And on Mother's Day, she was able to walk longer than she'd ever walked before, like in years. Her distance increased. She also suffered with eye floaters. She came by today, and I had another sleeve because her order hasn't come in yet. So she suffered with eye floaters. I don't know if any of you know what that is, but it's another age-related issue, and it causes these little tiny shadows on your. She says, Robin, it was something that I didn't even.
Wow, there we go again. I don't know if Robin's coming back, you guys, but you can hear, you can tell that's an incredible testimony. Let me just go ahead and share another quick testimony in case Robin doesn't come back. There's a lady I met about 3 years ago, not 3 years ago, 3 weeks ago over the phone, and she had been struggling with migraines for 25 years. And the migraines were 5 days a week. She was desperate. I mean, just in so much pain. And she'd already had 2 nerve blocks, which simply means that they take these needles and inject them into your brain. And she said the first one she had did not work at all. The second one only worked for 5 days. Now this is 25 years of pain, you guys. And her friend who just got exposed to these patches came over to her house and put the patch on her neck, and she said it was within seconds. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen to everybody this way, but in her case, the pain went away in seconds. It's just, I mean, it's just incredible. And when I talked to her, it was like I said, she had been wearing the patch for 2 weeks. The pain never came back. As of today, as far as I know, the migraines have never come back. She was able to she had another surgery scheduled, and she was able to cancel that surgery. So you guys, listen, that's just an example. Robin also has a colleague that patched a man they were about to amputate his leg because he had gangrene. There was no circulation in his leg. They were amputating it from the knee down. And when James Thompson went by and patched this man, within a day or so, all this pain started going away. And by the week later, when he was supposed to have the leg amputated, they said that he wasn't going to have it amputated because it was so much improvement. We're sharing these testimonies with you all to let you know, these are just examples. There's so many more testimonies of everything you can think of, from Parkinson's to cancer to fibromyalgia to Alzheimer's to autism. I could go on, and we know these testimonies. We know the people that had these situations. So you may know somebody like that too. And you don't have to be sick to wear this patch. You may just want to have a quality of life, like me and my husband want. We want quality of life so that we can, look forward to being around for our family. So let's keep on going now that we've gone through those testimonies. Now, the information all this information we're talking about, you go to thisisit.info.com, because I know many of you are going to say, where can I get more information? But in addition to the information you just heard, there's also testimonies on that page as well. This is at info.com to get more information. Now I'm going to ask you right now to put your business hat on, because some of us are, definitely making this a business. Why? Because as soon as we started experiencing the patch ourselves, we started telling everybody. We started telling our sister, we started telling our mother, people like that. But guess what? The company literally compensates you for doing that. So this is an opportunity as well. When I think of an opportunity, I want to know something about the company, right? So here's something about the company, Lifeway, the company that distributes these patches, markets these patches. Lifeway is a 19-year-old company. It was doing about 20 million a year for the first 16, 17 years, when only doctors and coaches of these top universities were letting their athletes use these patches. The company hit about 420 million at the end of last year. It rose up to 320 million for the last 2 or 3 years, and then it hit 420 by the end of last year. The company is in over 75 countries. We're spreading like wildfire. So this is not a Me Too product like weight loss or skincare or nutritional supplements that you might find with other companies. This is the future of health. This is the future of medicine, where instead of having to go get an operation, you're able to patch yourself. This is the futuristic form of medicine. And I hope you understand that this is a market disruptor. So from a business standpoint, this screams opportunity. Now, you're looking at an article on the website called businessforhome.org, which shows you that our company, Lifeway, is the fastest growing home-based business company in the world. If you've ever considered a home-based business where you don't have to get out in the traffic every day, but you still want to make some money at home, this is in your spare time, you can do that and be part of a company that is #1 worldwide. Okay. Now, what is important in your life? Everything on this screen, I'm pretty sure, is important to all of us. Family, time freedom, security, travel, better health, and less debt. Everything on this screen, we all want it, don't we? And I'm going to share with you that one of the reasons that my husband and I are so motivated about this is from a financial standpoint, is because we're retirement age and we're also self-employed, which means that we need to be prepared for retirement. This is a retirement plan for us, because what I'm about to share with you is how this can create a residual income stream where the money is going to come month after month, after year after year. Okay. And also, as I hopefully, if we do, if God willing, we'll live to be 90 to 100 years old. And if we do, if we look at tradition, we might be walking around with canes and having all kinds of pain in our body, but we don't want that to happen. That's why it's important that we use this patch, is stay on this patch, because you're going to help yourself so much by being on this patch. Now, here's how you're going to get compensated. Let's say you, Lisa, I see a Lisa Davis on this call. Let's say you decided, I want to get some of those patches. Bobbie, how can I get some? Bobbie introduced you to the way how you're going to get those patches, and I'm going to share with you in a moment. And what you may be doing right this moment, Lisa, you may be thinking of people that you know, like your mom, your cousin, your colleague at work, your church member. You may be thinking of someone in your mind that not only needs this patch, but you may be thinking of somebody who has a business mind, who would look at this as a great opportunity. And you introduce it to all of those people, and they decide to get a package through you. That's what's going to happen. You're going to be building a left team and a right team. Meaning, if you told your sister about it, she may fall right here on your left side. If you told your colleague at church about it, they may follow your right side, and it keeps going left, right, left, right. At the same time, Bobbie, who introduced it to you, Lisa, if she introduced it to someone, that person has to fall under the last person on your left side. Okay, they have to fall there, and you get paid every single time these people place an order. In other words, we're not going to stop using these patches. We're not going to stop using them. And when we order them every month, you get a commission on it. Can you believe that? That's why we call it a team commission, meaning you're not doing it by yourself. but you literally can earn up to $25,000 per week in this structure alone. And we know people on our team that are earning this type of money. So, you know, it's based on your efforts. We can't make any promises. It's based on your efforts and your skill set. And it's based on the team of people that you put together. Okay. So you don't want to just look for people who need the patch. You look for people who want the patch and who want the opportunity. Now, another aspect of the compensation plan is very exciting. It's called our matching bonus, which means that if you get enrolled and then you tell some other people that get enrolled as well, they're going to fall in your first level. So those people, when they start earning money in the binary that I just shared with you, you're going to get 25% match on whatever they earn. Let's say one of those people earned $1,000 this week. You'd make 25% or $250. But over time, you're gonna keep sharing this with people. What if you had 10 people that earned $1,000 per week in the binary? That would be now $2,500. That's a whole lot of money, you guys. And it may not seem possible. I mean, I never saw myself making the kind of money that my husband and I are able to make now, but it is happening because we shared it with quite a few people. And then those people turn around, they're going to share it with people as well. That's how they earn the money in the binary. You'll get 20% when those people earn money in the binary, and you'll get 20% when the people on your second level earn money in the binary. In other words, there are going to be hundreds of people and thousands of people one day that are on your team. You know, my husband and my team has grown to 5,000 people. Can you imagine getting paid every single time those people place orders? It is a very beautiful thing. Now you're looking at an application, because we're going to show you how you get started with the X39. This application literally just basically is showing you the information that is going to be needed to, I gotta go back, needed to get you started. Like, for example, you're just basically your name, your date of birth, where you live, your address, stuff like that, how you're going to pay for it, what credit card, whatever. And it gives you an idea of the different packages that we offer. Let's take a closer look. The first package I want to recommend for you is this. First of all, let me back up a second. If you said, you know what, that sounds good, can I just try one of those patches? Can I try one of those sleeves? We can retail, Bobbie can retail that patch to you, that sleeve, the 30-day beautiful packaging. See this beautiful packaging that it comes in, and there's 30-day supply in here. She can retail that to you for $150. But if you want to get it at wholesale, see, I love wholesale. I'm an interior designer, so I love getting things at wholesale. When you get it at wholesale, you're paying $100 per sleeve. So in this package right here, you get 3 for $100 each, $300 total. That's why we recommend that. But in addition to that, you get a chance to position yourself in the binary and start earning money on the people that fall below you. But I would say 90% of the people that get some of these packages, they start telling people, and they're going to call you back and say, well, how can I get some of these? That's the way it is. That's why we want to recommend you getting it wholesale, so you can save money and also be in the binary. If you know for a fact you really want to make this as a business, do you realize every time you order these patches, you get to write it off on your taxes? Because this is a business expense. This is a business for you, even the ones you're using for yourself. So with the gold pack, you get 5 sleeves. What we do is we sample these out. We go to somebody's house, we put a patch on them, and then they may say, well, you may say, well, let me let you try them for a couple more days. And you give them a couple more, and then you leave and come back. They call you back and they say, well, how can I get some? You can either retail them to them, or you can let them get one of these packages. Most people decide to get the package because it's a better cost. But the builder pack allows you to position yourself to be the manager that it takes, that are required to get those matching bonuses. If you cannot afford to come in as a gold at first, you can always upgrade from silver to gold, pay the difference of $200, and you get the difference in inventory, 2 sleeves. Okay, so it's not a penalty to wait until you can afford the whole gold package. But in the meantime, hopefully you've made some money. The diamond pack is for those people that have a huge vision, we call them serious entrepreneurs. That package is $1,600, but you're saving money because they're giving you 3 more free sleeves. You sell these sleeves if people want them. You loan them to your team members who just got started. Like Robin was just talking about her team member down the street whose order has not come in. But this lady is telling everybody. So Robin is loaning her a sleeve until her package comes in. You see what I'm saying? The diamond pack allows you to do a lot of flexible things. But then the diamond pack also allows you to get paid $500 every time you enroll a diamond. Now, if you're not a diamond and you enroll a diamond, you make $200, but the difference of $300 rolls up to the person above you who is a diamond. And so that's another reason many people decide to get the diamond pack. Another reason for the diamond pack is this. You know, the money that I was talking about in the binary, you get a chance to, you know, you're earning money on that binary, but how do you earn that money? When people continue to reorder, we call that a subscription. So when you get started, you can get a subscription so that you will be getting at least one sleeve a month. If you do that, it's going to cost you $99 a month. You get to keep all these points that are generated from these orders, and you get to earn up to $100 a week. If you get 2 sleeves, then you get to keep your points, but you get to maximize the comp plan, meaning not only do you get $500 on the diamonds, but you get overrides and all this kind of stuff for 90 days. In addition to that, you don't have to do your subscription if you get the diamond for 90 days. So there's a lot of benefits in the diamond pack, but even if you don't get a diamond pack, you want to consider the 2 sleeve subscription because you always want to be using these patches yourself, but you also want to have at least a 30-day supply on hand so that when you run into someone or when you go over to someone's house, you have patches to sample. So there's a reason behind getting those 2 patches per month, okay? But the subscription is very important. So make sure that when you do enroll, you ask for the monthly subscription because your points will turn to 0 if you don't. Now, when we go out and share this with different people, we'll put these patches in this little envelope that has a card in it. On the front of the card, it tells you the benefits of the patch. On the back, it tells you how to use it, you know, where to go to get more information. And so that's how we professionally represent ourselves when we go out. Now, This Is It Team is a website that we have. Thisisit.team.com that shows you everything you need to do. Of course, we help you along the way. It gives you instructions as to how to build your team, how to get started, all that kind of stuff. All right. Now, listen, you guys, it's time to make your move. Please make a decision and let Bobbie know whether you're ready to, you know, try some of these patches. She may even have I think Bobbie may have a promotion going on this week for those people who just got on this call. That promotion will last through Sunday, where instead of paying the full price of $150 as a customer, she's going to let you have it at $125. Okay. But if you decide you want to be a partner with us, keep in mind this binary, we got a lot of momentum. The binary is moving really fast. So the sooner you position yourself in the binary, the quicker you'll get overrides from people that are falling below you. So timing and positioning is critical in this scenario. So listen, there is hope for our future, you guys. And this X39 patch offers the time freedom we talked about because the income that's going to be generated. It offers us our health. It offers us getting out of debt and much more. So, you know, this page right here that you're looking at is basically a convention that we have coming up this summer that may not apply to you right now, but just wanted you to know that we've got a lot more to tell you. And but with that being the case, this ends our call. Please get back with Bobbie and let her know where you fit in, okay? And we're going to be here to help you. We know what we're doing. We're just looking for some really, really sharp people like yourself. So thank you so much for joining the call, and we'll hope to hear from you all soon. Good night.